When we think of menus, our minds quickly take us to a restaurant. What if you could think of a classroom instead? Menus and the way they personalize a learning environment has set a precedent for what classrooms should look like. As we consider the trends of gamification, personalized instruction, universal design for learning, social justice, and accountability, the idea of menus begins to emerge as the way to offer all a plan for action in the classroom. What is even more evident is the role the teacher plays as a member as well. Let us consider the power and convenience of a menu. When we are handed a menu, we have a chance to peruse what is offered and we can make choices as to what we want within the context of the restaurant we are dining at. Stepping aside from the analogies, we offer students district-selected curriculum and Common Core standards built into the pathways students are offered in the menu. As we approach the design and structure of the menu, we consider the value of educational material and the results we expect to see daily. In a classroom, time is precious. In fact, time is essential to getting things done, learning new content, applying concepts, and creating final products. We no longer want students who are dependent learners. We want seekers of knowledge. This mindset can foster growth towards self-awareness, self-advocacy, resourceful thinking, peer coaching, and finally, ownership. We focus on optimizing use of time and procedures in order to prioritize our approach. Let's take a look at what this actually looks like.
When I walk into the classroom, I grab my personalized menu for the day. Depending on what day, it might be a different color. I take this menu to my seat and begin to fill it out. First, I write my name and the date. Then I listen to the opening video and hear today's reminders. Once the lesson begins, I record the title, take notes, and write down key points for the lesson. Once my goal is set, I complete my independent work goal. So on the back of the menu, what I really like is it really just lays out what we're doing for the whole month. So if you want to work on your film, but you also have a test in another class, you can really balance out how you're going to get everything done and really be successful in your goal. You can see our mission statement is here, creating visual stories the world has never seen, and our vision statement, which is we are all passionate professional filmmakers who create consistently.
Well, this is our menu for our class. On the back, I like how they always put out what we're doing for the month, so we always know, so we never have to ask them. On the front, they have our lesson plans, and we write down points for them. We can check off what we're planning on doing today, like making up ideas for our films, writing the script, filming, editing, and then we write down times of where we are and who we worked with. It tells us if we checked out any equipment like cameras or tripods, and at the end we write down things that we did or accomplished that day.
What I like about the menu is that on the back it tells us what we're doing every day and what's due, so I like the schedule about it.
It's pretty straightforward, gives you checkout for equipment, checkoff lists for the day, kind of general guidelines of what you should be doing, stuff like that. And then on the back it gives you like a month-long thing of what we're doing in class, how we're going to do it, how to check out equipment. So if I miss a day or if I want to plan ahead, it's just right there on the back.
I really like the menu because when you're really confused about what you're going to do, you can just look back to what you said originally for your goal for the day. You can be like, oh, I was going to edit or I was going to storyboard, and it really shows what you're going to do.
I think that the menu challenges us to do something every day that we're not challenged in other classes to do.
You write what we're doing on the day and our work schedule and what our goals are and if we accomplish those goals.
Menus are a way different task to really organize your thoughts and really get everything into motion. In other classes, I'm kind of confused, what are we doing for the day? But in this, you really kind of see the whole picture from the lessons to your implementation of the lessons.
What we learned every day that we can go back and check and just use to help us. And there's also the check mark to see what we did every day. And yeah, it's just really nice and helpful for when it comes to filming.
But with this, it's you have to write notes, and they're good notes. They're based around a lesson that you learn. Typically, again, other teachers don't give you the entire what we're going to be doing for the next 2 months.
I really like that we have the complete control of what we're going to be working on in the classroom. So some teachers are all right, we're going to watch this video that has nothing to do with what we're learning about, but you also have this project due. This gives you the lesson that we're working on, but then you also set out your goal and what you're going to do right away. so then you don't have to do these tedious tasks in between because you get to decide what you need to do.
There are several types of menus, and these can be used in many classes and for many reasons. Menus can also be used as a digital enhancement to the classroom. These menus allow for documentation, discussion, checkpoints and responses, itemized accomplishments, and reflection. Let's take a closer look at how we have digitized menus and maximized their use in the classroom. From back channels to collective responses, digital menus have offered our students a place to share and store their work in real time. The types of digital menus used daily for multiple classes are class portfolios, menus, back channels, task checklists, summative documentation, formative checkpoints, unit responses, group debriefing, and much more. Let's take a look.
Right now we're in a class called Elements of Game Design, and we're working on Kodu, which is a game design program. On this menu you can see that there's different columns. One column is your name, the next column is hour of code and how far you got and what's your progress. And the next column is what you started on Kodu and how far you got. When I use this menu, it keeps track of how far I am, and if I get lost where I am, I can just go to the menu. I can see how far other people got, and then I can base mine to see if I'm ahead or behind.
Another way we use digital menus is with back channels, and on a back channel, students can comment what they think are strengths of the film, weaknesses of the film, and challenges noted in the film. And today we're actually using one of these back channels as we watch our experimental films.
As you've seen, the menu both digitally and physically is the second structure piece in a digitally enhanced learning environment. These menus come in various formats. You choose which one works best for your content, day, students, and learning intentions. We want to encourage you to try using a menu and see how you can change the dynamic of your classroom.